We are officially live. Yes, I'm in the process of having a very bad anxiety attack, but we're going to talk about what's going on with Trump in this executive order, because this is going to change the crypto game literally, like absolutely like crazy, okay? Literally crazy. And we're also going to talk about Ripple XRP news. We've got Hedera news. We've got all these things happening, okay? We've got all these things happening. Yes, I'm streaming a little bit earlier than used to because I've got a flight to catch. Unfortunately, my trip plans have changed, but that's okay because this whole entire July has been about change. Very uncomfortable change for myself, like absolutely crazy, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do, can't make people do anything. So I'm here. We're going to get through this. We got this. But let's first talk about Trump's executive order he is going to sign and why this is so important, okay? Crypto 401ks. So what is a 401k? Well, when I used to have my 9-to-5 job, we used to have this thing that was called a 401k. Well, you know, whatever. So I didn't know anything about investing. I just knew that I was supposed to take some of my paycheck and automatically put it into the 401k. So that when I turn 65 or whatever age they have you legally be able to cash it out without hitting a tax issue. So I would just pick random companies because I had no idea. I had no idea about finance. But then when I got into crypto, I started learning about finance and things started to change. I digress a little bit. So we're told in America that you're supposed to invest. They don't teach you how to invest. They just say, get a job, go to college, get a job, put money in a 401k, invest in the stock market that way. Let your financial advisor take care of it. But when we're talking about crypto actually forces you to become your own financial advisor. And that's what makes it so unique. You get to control your keys, you get to make your choices, and then comes accountability. Good traders or investors are few and far in between because it's extremely emotional. And that's not a bad thing. And for so long, we've just relied on the US government to take care of everything. Can I give you like 10K? Yeah, let me go ahead and give you $10,000 while you do absolutely nothing with yourself. Anyways. But that's what you do is you go ahead and you invest in a 401k and then you get all this money back later. Well, I don't know about you guys, but my 401k that I stopped investing in 2017 when I had my 9-to-5 actually is still at about $40,000 or $50,000. It hasn't moved. My crypto portfolio has absolutely skyrocketed. Bitcoin was $7,500. It is now over $100,000. Okay, so now we're getting this big executive order from Trump that's going to allow for people to invest into crypto via a 401k. So all these people that want to get exposure to crypto are going to be able to. Because let's face it, one of the big things right now is a lot of people don't want to invest in crypto because it's extremely risky. And with the crypto contagion, all these things, especially all the stuff that happened last cycle, okay, gets a little bit scary. So this actually allows people to invest just like they would in their regular 401k, just like stocks and bonds, etc., and have somebody else manage it for them. So this allows for more liquidity to come into the market. This is bullish and this is positive. And this is another solid foundation that is being set up by this administration. Love them or hate them for other things. Promises made, crypto promises kept. So let's go ahead and talk about this executive order Trump is expected to sign, what this means and whatnot. Also to you guys, I have been working with Dame.io since like 2018. They've always been a channel, like the links have always been on my website and the channel. They're licensed traditional financial advisors and they create custom crypto portfolios, okay? I've had an SEP with them, I want to say since 2020. And it's all crypto stuff. They've been doing this like for Lord knows how long. So if you want to get started, contact them. They're down below and they're also on my website. They're financial advisors. I'm not a financial advisor. So Brian is definitely someone you want to get on the phone with and chat with. Their team is very, 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 very good. So let's get into all this stuff that's going on. Trump to sign order easing path for private assets in 401k. So let's go ahead and talk about what this means over here, okay? Basically, he's going to allow private equity, real estate, and crypto and other alternative assets into 401ks. And this aims to tap into the 12.5 trillion held in retirement accounts. It does follow similar efforts from Trump's first term, which was revised by Biden. Asset managers see defined combination plans as a new frontier growth. So basically, with what's happening is all of these financial advisors, all these people that come to your work that say, hey, let's get you set up for the 401k, blah, 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 Edward Jones and TD Ameritrade or whoever the heck else, they can now say, do you want to invest in crypto? Or you have the option to invest in crypto yourself. Through that vehicle. So now people from all different generations have the opportunity to invest in crypto and they don't have to do anything. I was telling somebody this the other day, like the last couple months, I kept telling him to do it. So now everybody's going to be allowed to do this. This is freaking awesome, man. So if you want to put XRP in this portfolio, great. If you want to put Bitcoin in this portfolio, great. Yeah, and it is what it is. So moving on with this, there's some more information from Ms. Ellie. President Trump is expected to sign an executive order targeting politicized debanking practices as well. A ban on vague or reputational risk standards, orders to scrub federal guidance that enables ideology driven by account closures, mandate to reverse past debanking, and fines DOJ referrals for banks that discriminate, blah, blah, blah. While crypto isn't named, it's clear warning sign to regulators who've quietly pressed banks to cut ties with lawful disfavorable industries, blah, blah, blah. And this is good. This also comes with the executive order. This is another part of it. And this is important. Everybody deserves, and this is why Bitcoin was created, everybody deserves access to their own money 24/7, 365, regardless of political, religion, color, culture, all of the social things, okay, that we like to get really up in arms about. So this is wonderful, okay? And again, we've seen in the past people calling crypto out, saying, oh, crypto is part of the banking contagion. Well, remember when we showed there was like $400 billion loss, unrealized losses in banks, or 300 million, something like that? That had nothing to do with crypto. That had to do with the bank's poor investment decisions, because they take our money. I'm not feeling better. They take our money and then they reinvest. Okay. Now, next door. Well, actually, before we get in the Ripple stuff, XRP stuff, let's go ahead and take a look at the current market. Current market is actually reacting very bullishly. Very, 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 very bullishly over here. We love to see it. Hex is up, Mint is up, all kinds of stuff is up. Now we take a look at the entire crypto market, Bitcoin in general. Oh, thank you for loving my natural hair. It's hard to take. Well, I don't know how to do it. Anyways, we are currently trading about $116,000. And I told you guys to watch for this range, about $111,000 and about $120,000. We take a look at the big chart with Bitcoin, things are actually looking up. And again, these are crucial areas of support and resistance, really. So again, if we don't flip above 120,000, we'll head back down. But I'm just kind of looking for a breakout or a breakdown. But overall, this is kind of bullish price action. Market CIPHER does look like it's essentially bottomed out. Taking a look at Ethereum, Ethereum hit a high of almost $3,900. Okay, about $3,900. So this is good. We want that $10,000 Ethereum. Solana is doing well, minimal price action. Sui is doing pretty well, about $3.81. XRP is now back above $3. Got a swing high to 308. I'm going to be using this trend line for XRP, and I just want to see it sustain above it. Chainlink, which we've got a really big Chainlink story for, so stick around for that. Finally broke out above 1735 and it is trading at 1812. ADA Cardano tested 76 cents over here, which I'm going to be headed to Rare Evo today. Even though my plans unfortunately change a little bit, but it is what it is. Again, can't make people do things they don't want to do, all kinds of stuff, but I will be there. So make sure to say hi to me, but shout out to ADA over there and to Midnight. I hope you guys are claiming your Midnight. And then HBAR is doing well, is also doing well. And I'm actually working on getting Greg on the channel. So stick around for that. But let's get ahead and get into the Ripple news. And I know I need to kind of wrap up fast because I'll catch a flight. So we love Mr. David Schwartz. I actually met him at Decentral in Miami. Wonderful guy. Super funny, super witty. Great guy. Super cool. So Ripple cannot control XRPL. This is from CTO David Schwartz. And you know what? I love to see this. This is actually really, 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 really bullish. Okay, very, very bullish for me because Ripple for the longest time, everyone's like, it's centralized, blah, 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 blah. Well, XRP may be centralized, but XRPL is not centralized, which that's good. We love to see it. So basically, Mr. David came out and he, and said he took a break from his dad jokes and he's talking about XRPL. Okay. He says, Ripple does not control XRPL. It runs about 1% of the validators. Most validators are independent, not affiliated with Ripple, which is like the corporation company. Code has no secret backdoor allowing Ripple to control the network, and changes to the ledger require approval from 80% of validators. Ripple has no interest or desire to run or censor the network's transaction. They hold a large XRP escrow, but cannot dictate network activity. And Ripple's role is mostly as a major ecosystem contributor and infrastructure updater. No transactions have ever been censored or stopped by Ripple. That's good. That's very, very good. Especially when it comes to stablecoins, but that's a whole nother thing because I won't get into that. But Ripple has been reducing validator control to enhance the centralizations since 2012, which is really, really good. And remember, Ripple has a long-term roadmap that they're actually following, unlike a lot of these scam projects that are popping up. Please, I had a conversation with somebody about something today. Oof. But this is good and this is positive for the future, especially for Ripple, because I think that they do need to have some sort of decentralized aspect of them, just like Coinbase has Base, and that's exactly what they have, and we love it. Also, too, there is rumors that the SEC will deliberate Ripple's appeal withdrawal today, which we need that done. We need that done, okay? We need that done. Do I have assets? Yeah, I'm a woman. Why wouldn't I have assets? God put women on this earth for a very specific reason, for our assets, because that's how we create life. Anyways, but we're supposed to get a little bit of news about the court case, because literally it needs to be over, because we want to get those darn XRP spot ETFs to come through. Okay. Now, next on the docket today. So apparently Caitlin Madd is pretty upset about Ripple applying for a Fed master account. I have not heard this yet. I didn't have time, but I want to hear it. I want to hear it because I like Caitlin. I think she's a wonderful person. So I don't know what's going on. Let's hear it.
It's interesting to watch all the crypto companies trying to do the same thing we started doing 5 years ago, which is getting a bank charter and applying for Fed master accounts. Several of them have done that now. They're not doing full-fledged bank charters. They're doing trust company charters in most cases. There is a difference. Banks can take deposits of US dollars. Trust companies cannot. And it's going to be interesting to see how the banking agencies deal with that whole question of, can you run a crypto company, including a stablecoin issuer, using a trust company charter? It's not been done yet at the federal level in particular. Some states have done it, but they're not actually taking deposits. There's always a bank partner behind them. What they're trying to do now is create a trust company that gets a Fed master account for a tiny fraction of the capital that a bank has to hold. I'm not sure that's going to be that easy. It's going to be interesting. I think there's going to be litigation over this. I think it's not going to be a quick path. And I like where we are, having a depository institution charter. We're still waiting for that Fed master account. It'll be
okay. So I understand why she's pissed off, and I would be pissed off too. I would be pissed too. So if you don't know who Caitlin Long is, Caitlin Long has been, she has a bank in, I want to say it's Wyoming, and she's been fighting for all these different certificates and licenses and all the crap you need to fully operate a bank, which would have been a crypto-friendly bank, okay? Now, with that being said, the reason why this is why she's mad is because it's been so hard for her to get all these licenses, and she has fought, and she has really, really kind of set the groundwork for all of this to happen. But now a lot of these other companies are able to get similar licenses that aren't as important as a Fed license, but they're doing it for their treasury, and she's frustrated about it, which I understand why she's frustrated, because when you've been fighting and someone is able to come and has more capital than you, and they swoop in and they follow your playbook and they kind of take the lead, it's frustrating. So I can see both sides here. I'm not siding with anybody. The treasury companies, I'm happy about the treasury companies because it's essentially going to help pump our bags. But at the end of the day, it's just another big grift within the just like traditional financial stuff goes. Okay. It is what it is. And I'm here to make as much money as legally as possible. If I can make money with a crypto treasury company, I'm going to do it. And not in the sense that not to do bad things, but hey, you have to follow within the constraints of what's going on. You can't just do your own thing to an extent, but you have to take from other people that are doing well. That's just my opinion. Because tell me somebody who has been able to make it without following someone else's playbook. You take what you like and you leave the rest. The laws are set up a certain way. They're set up for rich people, okay? If you want to get rich, operate within the constraints of the law. Because life isn't fair. So I get why she's pissed. I would be pissed too. because I get mad. But it's really not that big of a deal. They shouldn't be attacking her. Next, Ripple to buy stablecoin platform Rail for $200 million. This is in Toronto, which I'm going to be going to Toronto 2 weeks. I got a documentary to film. Excited about that. But basically, the key thing here is that Ripple is going to acquire Rail, a stablecoin payments platform, for $200 million. Based in Toronto, they handle 10% of global stablecoin payment activity. That's a key piece of information here, is they handle 10% of global stablecoin activity. Ripple wants RLUSD to thrive. And again, for example, in California, if you want to open a bar or restaurant, it's actually cheaper to buy one that's already set up with all the licenses than have to apply for yourself. And it's easier. And that's exactly what Ripple's doing. They are buying all these businesses that are already established that's going to help their business thrive. Okay? Ripple's going to be a big player in the stablecoin industry. Big player. China test out stablecoins amid fears of capital overflows. This is an interesting story because China already had stablecoins. They had the digital yuan. Okay. Capital outflows are slowing adoption despite interest from regulators and state-owned enterprises. Only a handful of licenses will be issuing starting 2026. Hong Kong passed a law allowing licensed businesses to issue fiat-backed tokens. I'm not going to talk about this too much because it's kind of cuckoo. Also, we've got this we've got this little post over here from the ETH maxis from BankX or what, Bankless, whatever it is. Basically, it's a conversation with It is a conversation with Tom Lee. If you guys don't know who Tom Lee is a guy that is, Rail is a company. Tom Lee is a guy that is an Ethereum bull and is doing the Michael Saylor strategy. This guy, Ryan, says Tom Lee is moving 12 times faster than Michael Saylor, except he's buying Ethereum. Good, pump my bags. Basically, they're adding Ethereum to their treasury, and they're going to continue to do so. So good, that's going to pump my bags. That's going to be good. So again, all these treasury companies, eventually some of them will implode, but at the end of the day, we're grifting alongside them. Okay. Standard Charter says Ethereum treasury firms now very inevitable, better than US spot Ethereum ETFs. So now people are saying switch over to Ethereum treasury companies and invest in those than Ethereum spot ETFs, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that because you could do both. And if you got, I don't know, me personally, I have a lot of Ethereum from like a low price. So it makes sense for me. But anyways, I'm just holding my Ethereum. I'm not going to be investing in these companies. I might consult for some, but I'm not going to be investing in them, not at this time, maybe when it comes. But again, there is this is the thing. Gamer likes to invest in crypto, in stocks. He invests in everything. So if you're somebody that's well-versed like that, you might want to consider investing in some of these treasury firms. Next, Ethereum transactions are near all-time high. This means that people are using Ethereum. Daily transactions hit 1.87 million, nearing all-time high of 1.96 million from January. Surge is driven by USDC, Tether, Uniswap, and memes. Good to see memes coming back on Ethereum. Layer 2s like Base are enabling easier token launches. Ethereum transaction volume nearly doubled since the start of 2025. DeFi TVL is up 137 billion. Ethereum holds a 59% share, and Solana still dominates in meme coins, which is great. But again, this is really wonderful to see, and it's kind of showing a shift in the culture that's happening in crypto. And once ETH starts doing well, we will see a lot of the other majors do well, and that will probably kick off with the stablecoins, the DeFi, the CIPHER, the bank adoption, and the crypto spot ETFs. Now, some big Chainlink news. Introducing the Chainlink reserve, creating a strategic link token reserve. Okay, this is big news for Chainlink. So it's going to be an on-chain reserve of Link, funded by off-chain enterprise revenue and on-chain service fees, built using payment abstraction to convert various payments into Link. 1 million in Link already accumulated during early launch. No withdrawals planned for years. Reserve expected to grow steadily and supports Chainlink's long-term sustainability and economic security. Off-chain and on-chain revenue sources now auto-converted to Link. I hold Link. Link is one of those projects that's integrated in almost all the projects that are worth anything. So if you're not paying attention to what Link is doing, you probably should. Also, too, another altcoin season indicator. Altcoin inflows to Binance hit 18-month high. As most of you know, Binance is the largest crypto exchange in the world. Okay, so if people are sending money to Binance to buy altcoins or sending altcoins over to Binance, it means there's on-chain activity. It means there's liquidity. It means that things are happening. And I'm going to assume that we're talking about some of the top 100 coins that will be crypto spot ETF, coins that are made in the US, despite, obviously there's a couple that's not like that, VeChain, like that type of stuff. But a lot of the top stuff is in the top 100, maybe 200, okay? Binance is a great indicator of where we are in the cycle because, again, they're the largest crypto exchange in the world, okay? So this is good news. And again, not financial advice, but this is just showing the shift of things. Ethereum is doing well. Stable coins are starting to be built. Ecosystems are being built out. DeFi is coming back. Utter BS. No evidence to show us anything close. You know what, Steven? I don't even know how to say your last name, but go do your due diligence, okay? Do your due diligence. Stop complaining on the internet. Please. It's off-putting, baby. Heck yeah, shout out to Zuki Play Metals. My 82-year-old mom holds Link. Congratulations to her. Tell her I said hi. I think that she's absolutely amazing. I'm not going to check Kurt out on base. No, thank you. All right, I'm going to try to get Mr. Gregory Bell on my channel. He is the CBO, the Chief Business Officer at Hedera Foundation. So he's going to be at Salt, Wyoming Blockchain Symposium, August 18th to 21st, basically talking with different leaders in digital assets, policy, capital markets. And I'm going to try to get him on the show, but I think that this is really cool. And that's what actually sets kind of HBAR Hedera a little bit different is they've been in the game. Like they've literally been in the game for so long and they network like crazy. Okay. Absolutely crazy. So we love to see this. We really, really, really love to see it. So hopefully I can get him on my channel. If you're watching, Mr. Greg Bell, would love to have you there. And please, we can't wait to hear all the updates from you, all the Hedera updates from the Wyoming blockchain thing. Also, C is officially live as a default network in MetaMask. Users can access C dApps, tokens, NFTs, and use fiat off-ramps. Also, too, let's talk about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve because this is going to be a little bit important over here, okay? So when we're talking about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, this right here, okay? I am against the government using our taxpayer dollars to invest in anything, okay? If they're going to take gold and they are going to sell some of their gold, whatever the hell they have, and buy Bitcoin, great, fine, fantastic. But basically, the Fed's latest report explores using proceeds from valuation gains on gold reserves to fund U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve. This is proposed by Loomis. It could unlock about $850 billion, around 3% of U.S. GDP. Loomis Bitcoin Act proposes buying up to 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years, includes a 20-year hold and regular audits for transparency. Past gold valuations help fund spending, but did not fix deeper financial problems. And this is the first Fed paper to analyze Bitcoin reserves funding mechanisms or mechanics, and funding involves fair value gold certificate reissuance and redirecting to Fed earnings. The interesting thing about this is the U.S. is actually going to have to be very, 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 very transparent. The Fed is going to have to be transparent on the gold holdings because we don't even know. We do not even know how much gold the Fed has. Things are about to get really spicy with this, okay? It is. I want to know how much gold they have. From Cointelegraph, over 70,000 Bitcoin sent to exchanges at a loss since July 31st as short-term holders continue to capitulate. I don't know who's selling their Bitcoin right now. You do what works for you, baby, but I'm not selling my Bitcoin. I'm going to use this as collateralized loans and all kinds of stuff coming up here. Also, Hester Peirce claps back and she says, if you're buying securities on foreign markets, don't come to the U.S. crying. Good. She set her foot down. Basically, Barclays overissued securities, paid $200 million penalty for creating a fair fund, and all this type of stuff. So anyways, she's talking about the legal issue, applying U.S. law, I don't even know. I can't even read that word over here. Anyways, basically, traditional finance is doing like bad things and then coming to the U.S. and because they lost money. And she's like, I'm not dealing with your ghetto mess. So we love Hester Peirce. She is our queen. She's our crypto mom. Really quickly, Roman Storm. This administration has done everything that they said they were going to do crypto-wise, but this doesn't sit right with me. Roman created code. People use code to do bad things, and he got in trouble for that, and that's not okay. He is found guilty of conspiracy to operate an unlicensed money transmitter business. Jurors deadlocked on more serious charges, money laundering and sanctions evasion. Judge denied prosecutors' request to detain Storm. Verdict seen as a setback for the crypto industry over coding freedom and privacy. Yes, 100%. My issue with this is that just because this is going to deter, there's going to be a brand new legal precedent set, and this issue is going to deter people from building in the United States of America. People should not be in trouble for creating something that someone else decides to do something bad with. That's like me making a paper airplane and you taking yourself and giving yourself a paper cut with it, and then you suing me. That's not okay. Exactly, John. Anyways, you guys, really quick shout out to channel members. I'm sorry, I'm having another rough day. Just pray for me, please. Good morning to Mr. R, to Mr. Dale, to Lawrence, gorgeous Alexandra, Mr. Legend, John Germain. Who else? Lawrence again. Let's see. Yeah. Mr. Gamer. Neil. We love Neil. Mr. Weston. I think that's it. All the channel members have showed up. Anyways, you guys, I got to get going. I got to catch my flight. We have 669 people watching. You guys make sure to smash the like, because we've got like 700 people watching, but only like 174 likes. Anyways, send you guys love and light. At 2 p.m. PT, I've got a Ripple video for you coming out. 6 p.m. PT, an entire news video wrapped up for you. But you guys, come say hi to me at Rare Evo. I will be there. Sending you guys love and light, and thank you so much for joining me and supporting me. You don't know how much it means. Goodbye. Bye, babies.